Have you ever seen such fluffy little ducklings?
In today's video, we will see what their life is like. Their mother carefully sits on the eggs. She can't wait to become a mother.
Soon, one of the eggs will crack and a little beak will pop out.
But it's still too early to hatch. The mother duck must keep sitting. One day, one of the eggs will crack a little wider. And this time, we will see two cute little heads. They are so close to hatching. But Mom says, wait, I need to make sure you are fully cooked. After a few more days, all the eggs will hatch and the ducklings will be running around. Look how happy the parents are. There are so many of them. Let's take a closer look. The duck family went down to the pond. The little ducklings were very excited. This was their very first swim. Don't go too far, said Dad, and stay close to me. The ducklings followed their mother and waddled after her. Dad protected his family from the curious cat that wanted to play with the ducklings. Also, he saved them from the swooping bird that almost took one of the ducklings away. The pond was big and deep, and there were many dangers outside of it. But Mom and Dad were strong and brave. They taught their babies how to swim and search for food. Look, Mom showed the ducklings how to peck at the insects and nibble on the water plants. Sometimes they dove under the water and looked for food there. Of course, they couldn't dive very well and often came up with funny grimaces.
All the little ducklings were
Very hungry.
They need to eat a lot. When they got full, they splashed in the water, chased each other, and played until the sunset. What an exciting day it was! One morning, the ducklings woke up very early. They wanted to see what's beyond the pond. The whole family went out into the yard. The ducklings had never been here before. They walked along the path and admired the beautiful flowers. A big, beautiful butterfly sat on a leaf nearby. It was so colorful.
One of the ducklings got so close that the butterfly didn't even try to fly away.
The ducklings had never seen anything like that before. They usually only saw butterflies in the pond. Then the duck family went to the other side of the yard. A huge frog was sitting on a stone by the pond. It was so interesting. The ducklings wanted to get closer, but the frog jumped into the water. One little duckling immediately started splashing. The frog came out of the water again and looked at the duckling. Then it did something unexpected. It started chasing the duckling around the pond. The ducklings were very surprised. All the frogs they knew were gray and boring, but this one was red. It was so cool. While playing by the pond, the ducklings saw another unusual creature. A big dragonfly was flying around. It was so fast and agile. The ducklings tried to catch it, but it was no use. The dragonfly was always just out of their reach. At some point, one of the ducklings almost caught it, but then the dragonfly suddenly disappeared behind a bush. The ducklings felt a little sad. They wanted to play more, but Mom said it was time to go. The ducklings were tired after a busy day. They went back to the pond and took a bath. The water was warm and comfortable. The ducklings felt great. And when they finally went to sleep, they dreamed of adventures. The ducklings grew bigger every day. Soon, they would grow up and have their own families. The ducklings were practicing their first flights. They jumped off the high bank into the water. They also started flapping their wings, and believe it or not, they could already fly short distances. The ducklings enjoyed spending time with their parents.
They loved swimming, playing, and having fun together.
Every day was filled with joy and happiness.